Was he an alcoholic?
Yes.
Okay. And did you help Carl dispose of those bodies that you killed in your house?
Yes.
And just briefly, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but how did you do that?
I don't understand how to answer that question.
How were those bodies disposed of?
They were in sleeping bags, and we took them to where they were thrown into the water.
So you drove one of them to the Flint River, correct?
Yes.
And how far was that from your house at the time?
I don't know, probably 25 miles.
Okay. And you took the other one to the Ocmulgee River, is that correct?
Correct.
And how far was that from your house?
I don't recall. I don't know.
And if you had this much involvement with your husband, why weren't you prosecuted also?
I was given immunity for my testimony against him.
Okay. And you in fact asked for immunity, didn't you?
Well, yes.
Okay. So you ended up serving a year of probation, is that correct?
That's correct.
Carl was especially upset with Liddy, wasn't he?
Yes.
As he saw it, it was her loose tongue that caused him to have to kill his best friend.
Yes.
And did he cut the midsection out of her pants
I have no idea.
after he killed her?
I have no idea.
Okay. Were all of Carl's victims and your victims, were they either close friends or family members?
Family members.
Okay.
I don't, cause Pete was a close friend, Liddy not so much.
Okay. Who was Wendy Archer?
My best friend's daughter.
Okay. And did she come over to your house?
When
During the time Melissa lived with you?
they were younger growing up, yes.
Okay. Did they spend a lot of time together?
Yes.
And were they locked in a room together?
No.
Okay. Does the name Martin Eric Jackson mean anything to you?
Yes.
Who was Martin?
He was, his mother was common law wife to Fred.
And who was Fred?
Fred was Carl's uncle.
Okay. Was he one of Carl's victims also?
Yes.
Was Mr. Wyatt a drug dealer?
Yes.
Okay. Did Martin visit your house?
No.
Eric? Yes.
Did you call him by his middle name?
I'm going to object again on relevance.
Okay. So they objected there. This is the point I want to get to, and I will summarize all of it.
Was he friends with Carl? Frequently visited your house? First of all, was it my understanding that you referred to him as Eric?
Right.
Okay. And was Eric someone who was frequently visited your house?
It's Ruth Ann says we thought the last trial was wild. Then this one comes along and says, "Oh, it might be this one." I don't think anything can beat Nicholas Casotis, but a serial killer for your father would do that.
On occasions, yes.
Was he friends with Carl?
I don't know that you would call him friend. He was Fred Wyatt's stepson
Okay.
through common law marriage.
Okay. And at some point, did Melissa say anything to you about making a complaint against Mr. Jackson?
Yes.
And what was that?
It was that he molested her.
Okay. And how old was she when she made that claim?
I think it was right before her 9th birthday.
Is that when she told you, or is that when she said it happened, or was that the same?
It was when we found out. That's when she told us.
Okay. And did you go to the police with that?
Yes.
And was Mr. Jackson indicted for that?
No, he was not.
And, okay. So there was no prosecution for that?
Right.
Wasn't Mr. Jackson also the son of Richard Russell Jackson?
Yes.
And who was Richard Russell Jackson?
He was a friend of Fred.
And was he also one of Carl Patton's victims?
Yes.
Now, they had a third party theory culprit. Now, they had a third. Like, I got to say here, if the defense is asserting third party culprit, it's probably the hardest thing to make it stick. But when you have not only a family of a serial killer, but also friends with serial killers that were molesting like friends, like not victims of the serial killer that were friends with him, molesting his daughter. When you have this, like, end of the day, why was these guys not the subject? It's a very plausible argument. Why are these guys not the subject of the investigation? If the jury were to forgive everything that the parents had done, let's just say that they decide, look, we're not going to care about the father. He's a serial killer. He's dead as well. We're not going to care about him. We're not going to care about the mother because she seems truthful to us. She had helped put him away. She took an immunity. We don't care if she took an immunity or not. She still testified truthfully in court. So therefore, we believe her words is truthful. But end of the day, you cannot deny that there could be a grudge to take revenge against Carl Patton for what he essentially did to these people after they have maybe found out. We don't know if these people are found out, and frankly, it doesn't really matter because end of the day, before Carl was even indicted for those murders, they could have had a hunch, and they were all close with this guy. The fact that we even got to hear the testimony about the molestation, and yet we are now looking at a trial in which they're asserting that there was domestic violence going on. Even if, let's just say that's the truth and there was domestic violence going on, you have a lot more probable, especially here, that someone could have literally killed her because she denied his advances this time. Like the first time he was molesting her, this time he tries again and she was like, no. It's possible. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying when the prosecution has not even presented a theory to say this is how he did it, this was his movement. We remember from the Nicholas Cassotis case that even without the prosecution presenting all of the evidence, like how she already told Mindy, how she already told other people that she was already dead, even though they didn't have that evidence, they still showed enough to basically show that there was a high likelihood that this guy had done what he's being accused of. We haven't seen that here, except for he has a DV background in which there was a temporary order taken against him. Now, the defense went on to highlight that the mother was also advocating for Carl to be paroled from prison so the podcast hosts that they were doing were advocating, basically saying, hey, release Carl from prison, he doesn't deserve to be in prison. And Carl was also writing letters to all of these hosts, thanking them for their efforts. Carl, of course, died in 2024. And I thought that this was great lawyering, in my opinion, because not only do you have the backdrop of hearing the testimony of what we just heard, you now have someone that is likely unrepentant of the part that she played in all of this, that she still wanted this guy released, even though she knew she did it, put him in prison. She still wanted him released. I guess you can call it love. I guess so, maybe. All this time she's still in love, but at the same time, it's just it doesn't. I cannot say that the average person is gonna look at that and look at their actions now testifying to put this guy away. We haven't seen anything that he's done that is overtly wrong or anything like that, and they're being told put him away because this family, who is dysfunctional at this point, presented as dysfunctional, are saying that he's a bad guy and they just didn't like how he looked. That's essentially what I'm getting here from the defense argument.